All right, well, good morning for everybody here on the live stream, and hello to everybody that's doing this after the fact. You slept in today. Next week, get your butt up and get on the mat with us at 7 a.m. Either way, just glad to have everybody here, and really want to welcome everyone who just signed up this week. I'm really excited. We have about 15 people in the group so far, which is fantastic for the first month that we're offering this, and hope you enjoy it. As always, if you have requests, if there's other classes you'd like to see, anything in the practice you would like me to add or include, just shoot me an email. I want this to be really oriented towards everybody that's a part of the group. And so again, just really appreciate all of you being here. So a couple things real quick. One, anytime I start a new class, whether it's at a yoga studio or wherever that might be, I always like to start off at more of a basic level. Doesn't necessarily mean easy in the Saturday morning Vinyasa flow classes, but I like to start off at more of a basic level. And then I can kind of see how everyone is progressing from there. And, you know, if we have folks who are more advanced, you know how to do more advanced progressions. And on that note, with all the poses we do, I will give you progressions. And I like to use the example if there's maybe 5 progressions in a pose, I'll show you what progression number 1 looks like. And if that feels okay, you can go to progression number 2 and so on. But when you get to a point where it's your edge, that's where you want to stay. And what I mean by that is you should be able to breathe comfortably. Anytime if you're having to hold your breath, a little discomfort and effort is okay, but we don't want pain. If you're in a place where you're in pain, you need to back off. But I just want you to find a place where you can stay calm and steady in your body, in your breathing, and your mind. So if you find that you're able to do that, great. You can keep going. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Or again, you can step back and and take a little recovery if you need to. So with that, we'll go ahead and get our practice underway this morning. As always, I like to start with a little centering. And with centering, that simply means we're shifting gears from whatever we've been doing today into this time on our practice on our mat, where we really go within, right? Where our 5 senses are often kind of almost overloaded, right? With sensory information, sights and smells and sounds and so forth. In our yoga practice, we're taking our senses, and in yoga terms, it's pratyahara or sense withdrawal. So that just means we're withdrawing our 5 senses and shifting that focus inward. And we begin that with Tadasana, mountain pose, where we're standing with your best posture, right? So you can kind of scoot forward on your mat, about a foot or so from the front, right? And then I just want you to close your eyes for a few moments. And it's like you're standing at attention with your best posture, right? Kind of pull the shoulders back and shoulders down. And as we're standing with our best posture and just noticing whatever sensations you might be feeling this morning, whatever you're feeling as you scan from top to bottom, front to back, and left to right. And oftentimes we notice things in our bodies and we think of them as being something maybe a bad thing, right? But just bringing awareness to our body, it's always a good thing, even if we're feeling something that's a little uncomfortable, because that brings awareness of our body. And then I'd like you to bring attention to your breath, just breathing in and out of your nose if you can. And we're going to take one hand now and place it to your upper chest, one hand to your upper belly. And with your hands in this placement, we're breathing in and out through the nose again. But now to see if we can connect with our belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. That when you breathe in, you want to feel your belly rise and expand like a balloon inflating. And as you exhale, feel the belly release toward the spine like a balloon losing its air. You might notice your movement is in your chest, and that's okay, but see if you can bring that into the belly breathing.
States to do so. And there are nearly 4.6 million cases now here in the U.S. with more than 154,000 deaths.
And so as you're breathing here, let's then bring our hands into prayer position, namaste. And with the hands in prayer position, we're taking just a moment to reflect on whatever your intentions are for your practice this morning. What inspired you and motivated you to be here today? And I'd like to begin now with a couple of cleansing breaths. A big breath in through your nose, deep belly breath in through your nose. And then we're going to exhale out through the mouth with a sigh. And again, we'll take a deep belly breath in through the nose. And then out through the mouth with a sigh. Beautiful. Now guys, we're going to begin with our eyes opening and gazing towards your fingertips. And then with an inhale, we're going to reach the arms skyward and looking skyward. And as we exhale, let's release that into ragdoll. So that's where we take a bend to our knees. All right, we're going to cradle the arms and lower your head here and just hang. Now you're welcome to add some sway or movement here where we gently sway either side to side or maybe front to back. Then from here, just let your arms hang like they're hanging from the sockets. And we're going to turn your head left and right like you're saying no, in a slow, kind of exaggerated turning of the head. Then we're going to move our head up and down like we're saying yes. Again, a kind of a slow, exaggerated movement. And then sitting, just let your head hang with no effort. Beautiful. We're going to bring the hands to our hips. Inhale, we'll come up nice, slow, and easy. With the hands to the hips, let's take a very gentle back bend. We haven't built heat yet, so let's just take an easy back bend. And I'd like you to come back into Tadasana Mountain Pose with your hands in prayer once again. Inhaling, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, we'll come back down to ragdoll with the knees bent, but now the hands reaching down towards your legs. If you have a yoga block, a prop, right, or to the floor, head down. And we're going to take just a moment and cycle your legs, right? Just straighten one leg, bend it, then straighten the other leg and bend it. Right, so again, we're just kind of walking it out. Beautiful. We're going to straighten your legs. So we're in forward fold. Inhale, lift your shoulders, lift your head to look forward. Spinal extension. Exhale, release, forward fold. All right. Inhale again, spinal extension, lift, lengthen, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling again, lift, lengthen, look up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, forward fold. Again, with soft knees, let's make our way out. This time we reach for the sky. And as you're reaching toward the sky, we're going to take a little side bend toward the left. All right, so left hand reaching down, right arm reaching up and over. And with your inhale, we'll come up and let's take a little side bend to the right. So right hand reach down, left arm reaching up and over. Beautiful. Let's inhale to come all the way up, reach up, look up, exhale, hands into prayer. Let's begin to flow a bit more. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, we're coming into chair pose, right? We bend the knees, drop the hips. And lift the heart, reaching out through the arms, chair pose. As always, guys, you can challenge this as much as you like. You know, just as a stepping off point, we're simply hinging at the hips and the knees. That's chair pose. More advanced, if you want more of a challenge, you're going to deepen your squat to challenge the legs a little more, to challenge your core a little more. Now, as you exhale, we're going to bring the left hand down. I'd like you to straighten just your right leg. Right? Then reach your right arm skyward and looking skyward. Now, if you can't reach your hand to the floor, just bring it onto either leg for support. So that's those modifications that we can explore that makes it appropriate for you, your level and how you're feeling today. So with that, we'll come into our chair pose. Once again, reach out through the arm. And we're going to bring the right hand down, straightening just your left leg, then left arm reaching up, looking up. So a little revolve in our chair pose. Beautiful. All right, with an inhale, let's come back into chair pose. Let's go ahead and bring the arms around back. We're going to lace our fingers. Again, we haven't built a lot of heat, so I don't want to force anything, but we're bringing the arms around back, lacing your fingers. If you can, you're going to straighten your arms. And more advanced, you're going to lift your arms up. If not, no worries. But we'll keep the arms around back as we come into a forward fold. Good. From your forward fold, let's release the hands down either to your legs or the floor. We're inhaling to spinal extension. Then exhale, we're going to step it back. Let's just come into a plank. Now check it out, guys. As you come into your plank, you're welcome to use your knees as a modification. Right? So again, whatever progression is right for you. Now as we exhale, we're going to lower down. So check it out. You can either go all the way to the floor, we hold the low plank, what we call chaturanga, right? Then we're going to inhale to upward dog. If you like, use your knees. So we're pushing away from the floor, right? Shoulders down, shoulders back. Again, you can support with your knees or on the tops of our feet. On your exhale, let's come to down dog. Again, I could use my knees to tuck my toes under and press the hips up high. So take a moment, guys. You could do this, if this is too vigorous, then you can always use your knees and stay here. Totally fine. Otherwise, reaching out through the arms, pressing your hips skyward. And we're going to take just a moment to cycle it out. Kind of walk it out with the legs, right? Where we straighten one leg, then the other. So we're just bringing awareness to the feet, the lower legs, kind of warming up the arms as well. Kind of think about pushing into your fingertips, right? So we're not putting all that weight into our wrists. So we kind of disperse that a little more. And then we're going to straighten both legs, downward dog. All right, I'm going to walk slowly, so check it out. I'm going to take a little baby step with one foot and straighten out my leg. I'm going to take a little baby step with the other foot, straighten out my leg. Start to walk slowly back up to a forward fold. Now you might need to come onto your fingertips, right? Or maybe your hands need to come all the way off the floor like mine and bring them to your legs. So we're ending up in a forward fold once again. Good. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. So again, we bend the knees, drop the hips, lengthen the spine. All right, I'm going to reach out through the arms. With your next inhale, let's come up. Exhaling, hands, prayer position, what we call namaste. We're going to keep building on our flow this morning. Inhaling, arms reach up high. Exhaling, chair pose. So let's bring the arms out stretched. I'll turn this way, maybe you can see a little better, but arms outstretched in your chair pose. So I'm just using my core. We're going to turn toward the right. From here, if you can, left hand goes onto your leg, a little anchor point. Right arm reach up and look up. So kind of opening up your chest, right? Broadening through your back, kind of warming our spine. I'm going to bring that back through. Arms outstretched, turning left. Right hand down. Left arm reach up, look up. Bring that back to your center, inhaling. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. As you exhale, you can do the step, or some more advanced folks are going to hop back. So coming into that plank pose once again, either the knees up or the knees to the mat. Next exhale, lower down. Again, either floor or that low plank. Inhaling, upward facing dog. We're gonna hold that just for a few moments. And let's take a little turn toward the right. Look over your right shoulder. Hold here, breathe. Then we're gonna come back to our center. We're gonna turn toward the left and look over the left shoulder. All right, let's come back to our upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, bending your knees, push away from the floor. Exhale, we'll straighten the legs and squeeze the legs. All right, so we're gonna inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs, squeeze. 2 more of those at your own pace, just kind of warming the legs, your muscles ready. All right, so we're in downward facing dog. As you inhale, right leg reaching up high. We're going to take a look forward. Exhale, right foot steps to your hands. Check it out. If my foot lands short, just reach down if you want and bring it on up. So we have that nice deep lunge. Inhale, crescent pose. Now your hands could be in prayer, right? You could reach halfway up, or you can reach for the sky. Here's another modification. It might be better for you to put your left knee on the mat, right? Totally fine. We just do the progression that's best for you. So again, either left knee on the floor, hands in prayer, or reach up. Again, more advanced is the left knee up, building a little more strength and really activating that left frontal thigh and hip. With your exhale, left hand's gonna go to the floor. Now check this out. More advanced folks, you're gonna reach to the pinky toe side of your foot. Otherwise, we go big toe side of your foot. Right arm reach up, look up. Now we're gonna hang here for a few breaths. And again, if you want, you can put your left knee on the floor to kind of tone it down a little bit. Okay, we're holding, breathing, 3. And 2, and 1. So both hands to the floor. Again, first couple classes, I want to really break these things down for you so you can do the level that's right for you, and then we'll build on it every week. So your options here, you're welcome to just step back to downward dog, all right? Otherwise, we lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. So from your downward dog, left leg, reach up, look up. Exhale, we'll step left foot to your hands. Again, if it doesn't land where you need it to, make your adjustments. Take your time. So we never move in a pose until we're really ready to move. All right, inhale, crescent pose. Remember, hands can be in prayer or reach up. Right knee can be off the mat or on the lifting it up, okay? Knee to the mat or lift up. All right, from your crescent, right hand is down, left arm reach up. Again, more advanced, your hand reaches to the pinky toe side of your leg. Now, if reaching to the floor is too far, just bring your left hand on your right hand on your left leg. All right, so always modify it. Always make it work for what's right for you. Good. Holding, breathing here, 3, 2, and then hands down. Inhale, exhale, step back, either down dog or we lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So this first part of our practice, this kind of vinyasa flow, it really is about getting our bodies warmed up, prepared, that we can then begin to dig around more in our restrictions, right? But we're also building some strength. We're connecting our breath and our movement, right? Just kind of getting our mind right, if you will. So inhale, bend your knees, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Now, some more advanced folks are going to jump. The rest of us are just going to walk to our forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Good. Now, if you ever need a little recovery, guys, you can come up into mountain pose and recover. All right, totally fine. Otherwise, we're going to stay here and build a little more heat. All right, this time hands in prayer. And we'll turn toward the right once again, but keep the hands in prayer. Then I'm going to hook left arm onto my left leg, or if possible, to my right leg. Use the hands and arms a little leverage, as we did earlier, right, to deepen your twist. Good. I'm going to bring that back through our center. Keep building the heat as we take this over toward the left side now. All right, let's come back to your center chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, step or hop back. Again, you could go to downward dog with me, or you lower it down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, so that's that little flow, that up dog, down dog. Again, you can leave that out if you need to. Okay, right leg reach up again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, right foot steps forward. So this time I want you to spin your left heel to the mat. So I've got my left foot firmly planted. Inhale, warrior one. So hands are in prayer. Or we reach for the sky. Just real quick, guys. Warrior one and crescent pose are almost identical. Crescent pose, I have my left heel up off the floor. Warrior one, I've got it grounded. Strong left leg, strong right leg. Elegant spine, deep belly breaths. Now guys, we're gonna kind of emphasize a little twisting today, right? It was kind of one of my themes in our practices, adding some twist. That's a movement we kind of lack oftentimes, and it really helps to keep our spines healthy, right? So we're doing a little, what we call exalted warriors. So I'm gonna turn to your right. Right hand can go on your hip. More advanced folks, you know what to do to wrap that around. Now keep pulling the right shoulder back. If you can, left arm reach up and reach back. Beautiful. Let's come back to your warrior one. Hands into prayer. So check it out, guys. I'm going to stand tall, right? Straighten your legs and kind of shorten your stance a little bit. So I want you to feel pretty comfortable with your stride, okay, but also facing forward. Inhale, arms reach up. We're going to go into pyramid. More advanced folks, bring your hands around back. The rest of us, hands down to our right leg. So pyramid pose. Think of a pyramid or a triangle from your legs on the floor, right? We keep the legs straight. So just bring your hands down to your leg. Maybe hands down to a prop or hands down to the floor. And then head down and breathe. Again, just holding, just breathing. 3, 2. All right, let's inhale to your lunge. Exhale, step back. You can go to down dog or lower it down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Left leg now reach up. Look up. Step left foot forward. Now right heel spins to the floor. Warrior one. Again, back foot grounded, legs straight and strong. It's like your anchor. Right? We square the hips deep in the lunge. Elegant spine and breathe. Now arms outstretched, we're gonna turn left. So left hand on your hip or wrap around. Okay, pulling left shoulder back, look over your left shoulder. Right arm reach up, reach back, exalted warrior. Good. Let's come back to your warrior one. Hands into prayer. So we're going to straighten the left leg and kind of shorten your stance. So I'll turn this way so you can see. Okay, we got my left leg forward. And I want my hips and shoulders forward. So when you look down, see if you can get aligned. Reach up. More advanced folks, arms around back. Exhale, pyramid pose. So we're getting a lot of length through the left hamstrings, right? That might be an area that you're a little tight. That's super common to be pretty tight in the hamstrings. So it can be real helpful if you use your hands on your leg for support. I know if you have yoga blocks maybe. You know, before we move out of this pose, guys, something I like to remind is that, you know, yoga practice, like in this pose, for example, the goal is not to get your hands to the floor. The whole goal in a yoga practice is just to feel the sensations in your body, right? And then really kind of pay attention to what's happening in this moment in your breath and just being present and let that process. You know, someday you get your palms to the floor, great, but if you don't, it doesn't matter, right? All right, let's come into your lunge. Inhale, exhale, we'll step back, down dog, or lower down. Doing our vinyasa, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. You know, while this is very much a physical practice of yoga, at the core, yoga practice is about inner transformation and awakening, right? It's about getting our minds calm and steady and a healthy, steady body. All right, let's take an inhale. We're going to bend our knees and look up. Exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Again, if you need to come up to mountain pose, you are welcome to go to mountain pose. I'd like us to bring the arms around behind us and lace your fingers. We did this earlier on. If that's a challenge, just do the work. More advanced, you're going to straighten your arms or even lift the arms up. With your exhale, let's come into forward fold. So hands come down. We're inhaling to spinal extension. Exhale, step back or hop. Remember, you can go to down dog with me, or you can do your vinyasa to up dog. Exhale, down dog. With your inhale, right leg reach up. We're going to look up. And exhale, we'll step forward. Left heel spins to the mat. Warrior one. So I want us to take a little bit of a back bend here, okay? A couple of options. If you need to bring your hands on your hips, that's a little support that can be helpful, right? Otherwise, we reach the arms up and we reach the arms back. Right? From here, we could open the chest, arms outstretched. So then the weight of the arms, right, helps to open up the chest, helps to intensify the back bend, also engages the muscles of our upper back. Right? Super important for good posture. Inhale, reach for the sky. As you exhale, let's go progressions. More advanced, hands are going to go on the floor, big toe side of your foot. The rest of us, let's start with our hands on our right leg. Use that for support. Then we're coming down to the inside of your right leg. Right, then you can take one or both hands to the floor. Whatever your edge is, I just want you to go there. Then Lower your head down and breathe here. Get more advanced, folks. Maybe you're going to drop down to your elbows. So here's our transition on this, guys. I'll turn this way so you can see better, okay? I want you to simply turn towards the left. All right, you're just going to face the side of your mat. Feet out nice and wide. Now, my hands could be on my legs, but if you can, hands onto the floor if you can reach. I'd like you to take an inhale, spinal extension, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward. Lower your head down and breathe. Now with this, take a few moments, guys. I want you to really keep your legs active and squeeze. All right, but I also want you to really let your head hang, let gravity kind of pull you into this pose. And holy cow, I didn't see Mr. Bruce Humphreys is here. Awesome. Very cool. Nice work, guys. Let's hold and breathe here. Again, still squeezing the legs. It's a real nice way to release tension in the hamstrings. But as we're lowering down, it's also letting gravity pull you further down and kind of elongate, decompressing your spine. Make sure we're not holding tension in your neck or shoulders. Beautiful. So I'd like you to turn to the right. So you're going to be in that lunge facing the front of your mat. As you exhale, we'll step back, down dog, or lower it down. Inhaling up dog, and we'll all regroup in downward dog. All right, left leg now reaching high. Look up and step forward. Right heel to the mat, warrior one. So guys, this part of our practice, again, really building some heat. That's going to allow us to dig around in some restrictions. Building some cardiovascular here as well, right? Getting the heart rate up. Building some strength. Now let's go a little back bend. Again, you could go hands on your hips like so. Explore your back bend, shoulders back. Otherwise, arms reach up, then arms reach out. Now, depending on what your level is, more like beginners, we really have to pay attention to all the basic alignment principles. That's really crucial because if our alignment's off, it throws off everything else about the whole practice and the pose. As you get more advanced, you kind of know what these poses feel like or look like, and then you can really take it to a deeper level. But let's just practice where we are, and we're going to bring hands down the inside of your left foot. So again, little modification. Step one is hands down onto your left leg. And you can just work from here, lower your head down. Next step is to take your right hand to the floor if you can, then your left. Again, more advanced is to bring your elbows down to the mat. Make sure now you lower your head down. That's a big thing here on this little sequence is rounding your back, head down, no tension, especially in your upper back and neck. We're going to ease that up, and I'd like you to turn to the right. So again, we're in this wide-angled pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So your left hand is going to be on the floor if you can. If not, that's okay. Place it to your left leg. Right arm reach up. So now we're going to really activate our core and our spine for a little twist. Reach up, look up. From here, we'll release that back down. So right hand on your leg or the floor, left arm out, stretch. Again, we're going to reach up, look up. And release. So take a few moments here. Once again, wide angled forward fold, let your head hang, breathe. Again, these first few weeks, we're just going to stick with some of the very basic elements of a Vinyasa yoga practice. And then as we progress, I'll add more layers, more advanced progressions and so forth. But what I found in the 20 years or so of doing this, it's truly the basics, the basic postures, the basic breathing techniques that get the most bang for your buck, right? That's where we really get the most value from our practice. Everything else is just kind of adding different layers. So we're going to ease up and turn now to the left. So we're facing the front of your mat once again and step left foot back, either down dog or do your Vinyasa. As you make your way to downward dog, let's take a moment and we'll come into child's pose. It's a place where you can go at any time you need a little rest or recovery. But the idea here, right, now if that's not cool for your knees or ankles, then you can just kind of go here like a kneeling down the elbows. Otherwise, we push back. You can lower your head down and take a few moments to breathe here. The intention in child's pose, not just only is it a good stretch, especially for your back, it's also a place where we can reconnect, right, to your body and to your breathing, or if you just need a little rest. So you're welcome to stay there a little longer, but if you're ready, we're going to come into our down dog. We've got one more warrior series this morning. I'm going to turn this way so you'll be able to see a little better. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reach up, look up. Right. Exhale, we'll step forward. Left heel to the mat. Now we're coming up for warrior two. Warrior two, we pull the left hip and shoulder back, and your arms are outstretched. Now, a little side note, when I first started doing yoga, I had this idea that things were going to be real fluid and elegant. You know, I'd seen yoga videos, people on the beach making it look easy, and, you know, I was kind of clumsy, well, very clumsy. I'm pouring with sweat, you know, I'm falling over, and that's just how we practice sometimes, you know. So don't have to be elegant and fluid in these transitions, right? We're going to do two variations on this, okay? We're going to go reverse warrior two. So we're going to keep this lunge with the right leg. Right arm reach up, reach back, left hand drops down. So we're getting that side bend to the spine. Big stretch up the right side of the body, building strength in our legs and our core. Again, check in with your breath. And we're going to bring that into a right angle pose. More advanced folks, you can go into bound right angle. I'm just going to do modified. That's where I take my right hand to my right leg. Step two, right forearm to my right leg. Then step three is to bring my hand down onto a prop or the floor. Okay, guys, let's come on up. Just bring your hands on your hips or into prayer for a moment. We're going to transition into triangle. A lot like pyramid, the legs are straight. I'm going to reach for the front of the room. Keep the legs and spine straight. Just drop your right hand down to your leg. Left arm reach up. And if you can, look up. And your right hand can come down onto your ankle or eventually down to the floor. It's a great pose. Again, really opening up the hamstrings, building some stability for your core, for your spine. All right, let's bring the hands down. Once again, we'll have two more of these to do today, all right? I want you to step your right foot back. All right, you're gonna lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, last warrior series. Left leg reach up, look up. Exhale, we'll step forward. Right heel to the mat, warrior two. Just run a checklist, guys. Always get the alignment first. I think of coming into these poses with beginner's mind, meaning I may have done thousands of warrior twos, but I still want to take a moment and make sure my alignment is on point. And then we start to explore. Okay, left palm up, we're going to reach that up and reach it back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, right angle pose. So again, left hand on left leg to begin. That gives me support. And it's my left forearm to my leg. Or reach your hand to the floor. Okay, guys, let's make our way up. That should make the legs get a little warm there. All right, hands in prayer or on your hips. Let's come into triangle pose. All right, so we kick out the hip, reach for the front of the room. Left hand down, right arm reach up, look up. All right, so here it is, last time, guys. We're gonna bring the hands down and we're gonna step it back, either down dog or, you know the drill. Lower down, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So guys, from here, I'd like you to either hop or let's just take a little walk to forward fold. Good, inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, forward fold. Now one last time, we're gonna come into chair pose. And then we'll come all the way up to stand, exhaling hands into prayer. And congratulations, you've made it through the vigorous part of our practice. For some people, that's the part we like because we have more strength, then we have balance and flexibility, which is where we're heading next. You know, in terms of strong and soft, this is how we balance the practice, right? We went through this more vigorous part. Now we're gonna work on the poses that require even more stillness, like for balance and flexibility. So, tree pose. Focus your eyes on one spot. We're going to shift onto your right leg and bring hands into prayer. When you focus your eyes on one spot, that helps to center your mind and calm and steady your balance. We're going to take our left foot. More advanced folks, you know where to go. Otherwise, I'm just going to bring my heel to the inside of my right lower leg. So that allows me to keep both feet still on the floor and maintain balance a little easier. Next progression, slide your left foot up to your calf, then to the knee, and over time, inner thigh. You might need a wall for balance here, and that's okay. For some of us, balance is where we're going to be working for a while. As you get calm and steady, you could outstretch your arms or reach skyward. You know, if you're falling, no big deal. I kind of always feel like if you're not falling, you're not trying. All right, we're going to release. And let's go ahead and shift now onto the left leg. Place your right heel, right, to your left lower leg. Toes are still on the floor, hands in prayer. Slide your foot up to your calf, up to your knee, or to your inner thigh. Your arms could be outstretched or reach toward the sky. Okay, take your time. Come back to mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Right, so I'd like you to come down into your forward fold, and we're just going to hold and explore here for a few moments. Right, in your forward fold. So just let your head hang. Right, keep the legs nice and active. All right, So I'll turn this way so you can see a little better, but I'm simply taking my feet a little wide. And we're gonna drop down into a yoga squat. So first step, bring your hands to your legs. It's kind of like how you see baseball players in the outfield, right? You got your knees bent, hands supporting on your thighs. That's step one. Step two, forearms, elbows to your thighs for support. So I'm keeping my heels on the ground. Now as I open up, I get my hips below the knees. I'll bring my arms to the inside of my legs. I will continue to drop down and explore. So this is yoga squat. Really crucial pose. But again, you got to do the progression that's right for you. It's so beneficial. This is something that we naturally, as your kids, right? As your little kid, you can do this kind of easily, naturally. We tend to lose it over time. It's really beneficial for your lower back, your hips, knees, ankles, even kind of massaging in the internal organs a little bit. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna drop down onto our knees. Now check it out. If the mat or floor is a little hard for you, you can always fold up your mat like so to get a little more cushioning. All right. We're gonna make our way up. We're gonna work into what's called camel posture. Again, more advanced folks, you do your thing. All right, I'm gonna walk us through the first couple progressions. First up, hands on your hips or lower back. We're just bringing our elbows closer together to kind of open up our chest and shoulders. Now a key element here is to stack your hips over your knees. Right? We're going to start to ease into a little back bend. So push your pelvis forward, lift up through your ribs. So your head should stay pretty neutral and so you can breathe, right, without stress. But if you can, then let your head fall back, only if you can do that and, again, not have stress. Now with an inhale, I'd like you to come up. If that was challenging, I want you to go back into that for the second time. Otherwise, the other progression I'll show you is to turn your toes under. Right, I'm going to drop back, and you'll see my hips go back behind my knees, so I get my hand to my heel. Right, I'm going to bring my other hand to my left heel. But check it out. From here, I'm going to then push the hips forward, so I'm stacking my hips over my knees. If I can't get there, I'm going to ease up. Little back bend in camel posture. Breathe, 3, 2. Inhale, we'll come up. Exhale, let's come back into your child's pose. Come back into child's pose and rest here. Good. All right, guys, from your child's pose, we're going to make our way up. I'm going to bring right foot forward. All right, super easy transition. Just bring your right foot forward. Knee stacked over the ankle or slightly behind. I don't want the knee out past my ankle or toes. All right, from here, I'm going to bring my left hand down to the floor. With my right hand, I'm gently pushing off. A little twisting motion. From here, right arm, reach up, look up. Now, I don't want you to do any other progressions if this is already challenging for you. This is for more advanced folks, because I've got some folks in here that are, well, Kim is a yoga teacher as well, so you have that. Okay, but check it out. Next progression, bend your left leg, reach your right hand back. If you can, grab your foot. All right, I'm going to press my hips forward once again. Relax into that. Okay, we're going to release. All right, guys, I'd like you to walk this right foot over toward the left side of your mat. We're going to come into what's called pigeon. So for this one, I'm just bringing my right leg to the floor. Bend your knee as much as you need to. Bend this right knee as much as you need to. All right? And you can start walking your left leg back until you feel like it's right for you. This, for most people, is a powerful hip opener on our right side. Right? So as you settle in, maybe see if you can lower your elbows down to the floor. From there, you can bring your head down onto your hands. Eventually head to the floor. But like I said at the very beginning of our practice, you start at step 1, then you go to step 2, and so on. And your barometer is your breathing. Right? If you find that you either have to hold your breath or it's not smooth and rhythmic, then we want to see if we can ease off a bit or shift it to where we can breathe. We're just going to hang here. This is really a pose of surrender and letting go. If we have a lot of tension, the hips are a big, powerful area. And so if we have tension, resistance here, we need to be patient, right? We need to use our breath. Just try to relax into it as best you can. So we're bringing that sense of calm and steady in your body. You check in with your breath and then with your mind. We're just going to hang here for about 30 seconds more. And this is one of the big reasons we did all that Vinyasa flow stuff, right? To build up some heat and just kind of progressively unlock our body. Okay, I want you to take your time, and we're making our way up. And for today, we're simply stepping it back so we can switch the sides and bring your left foot forward into your lunge. All right, come on up if you can and sink your hips forward. Next progression, right hand to the floor. My left hand's on my left leg for a little leverage in this hip drop. Again, a little more advanced if you want, is to bend your right leg, reach back with your left hand. And it just winds up that right frontal thigh and hip even more. As we release that, we're going to walk your foot to the right side of your yoga mat. Just kind of heel-toe that over. Right, just drop that into pigeon. Again, really bend your knee if you need to. Right, you got to be mindful of your left knee in this case, as well as your hip. But try to keep your hips level, so not dropping back. Right, try to keep my hips pretty level as we lower down and explore here. And we're going to stay here for about 30 seconds more. Just breathe, relax. All right, guys, and when you're ready, we're going to make your way up, up, up. I'd like you to take a seat on your left hip. I'm going to bring my right leg around. So we made it to the floor. Congratulations. All right, a couple of options. I'll turn this way so you can maybe see a little better. All right, so I've got my left leg in. My right foot, I'm either going to place it here, all right, or more advanced, I'm going to step it to the outside of my left leg. All right, so what you may find is that as you step that out, your right sit bone, your right butt cheek might not be on the floor, and that's okay. Right, but if we can, we drop that to the floor and hug our right leg in. We're going to sit up nice and tall as we hug, and a little twist toward the right. All right, seated spinal twist. As we're working into this twist, remember to turn your head as well, right? So we're really looking over the right shoulder to get the cervical spine or neck mobility in there as well. I'm going to ease that up. I'm going to take a little counter twist or turn towards your left. All right, my friends, we're going to switch it out. So check it out. I'm going to bend our right leg if you can. Okay, and your left foot, again, you can stay right here with my foot kind of in the center of my mat. Okay, otherwise, I'm going to step my foot out to the, kind of towards the right side of my mat. I'm going to hug my left leg in. And we're coming into our seated spinal twist. So give a nice twist toward the left. Remember to turn your head left and look over your shoulder. All right, let's ease up and take a little turn now toward the right, a little counter twist for your spine. Nice, guys. So we're going to make our way down onto our backs. Okay, feet flat on the floor and just reclining down onto your back, please. As we make our way to the floor, I like to take a few moments and just let your body kind of settle in here. You might notice the muscles of your back feel almost like, I don't want to say a spasm, but you know what I mean. You might be feeling those muscles along your spine now. We've been working. With your hands on your belly, that helps to, kind of makes it easier to tap into your belly breathing here. As I mentioned at the very beginning, when you're belly breathing, it's the idea of inhale, feel the upper belly rise like a balloon inflating, and exhale, belly releasing like a balloon losing its air. Okay, so we're going to finish with just a couple things here. Bridge pose. So I'd like you to bring your feet in close to your body, about as wide as your hips. Arms at your side. Press into the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, and lift your hips up. Doesn't have to be real high up, right? Now as you progress, then you can tuck your shoulder blades under and lift up your chest even more. Just holding here 3, squeezing your backside for 2, and down we go. Guys, I'd like you to bring your legs into a knee squeeze. Keeping your legs drawn in, just let your arms fall out to your side. We're doing a reclined twist. So legs roll toward the left, we're going to roll our head toward the right. So putting us in a full spinal twist. Try to soften the belly, relax. Turn your head and your eyes. We'll bring that all back to our center. I'm going to take our legs now toward the right. And look over your left shoulder, please. And we'll bring that all back to center, knee squeeze. And I can make some circles with your knees in one direction, kind of a little massage for your lower back. You know, I often tell folks, if you don't have a ton of experience with yoga, especially Vinyasa yoga, where we're flowing more, let's circle our knees the other way. That's not what I often tell them. What I often tell them is it's kind of like playing Twister, right? And that's a reference that people over 40 are going to get. I find with the younger folks, they don't always get that. But it's like playing Twister sometimes, trying to place your hands and feet, and it's awkward, and you're trying not to fall over. You know, that's, again, just part of it. Let's hug the knees in. We're going to curl up, bring your head up towards your knees. The important thing is we just show up and that we're consistent, right? When we're consistent in our practice, that's when we can really get the benefits, the flexibility, right? The strength, the stability, the sense of calm and ease. Now, guys, if you feel like there's anything else your body needs this morning, another pose and such, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, we always finish out with Shavasana. Shavasana is kind of a little meditation, if you will. Right? It's where we're going to extend your arms down to your side with your palms up. We're going to extend our legs down on the ground. Now, if that doesn't feel okay for you, I want you to recline or rest in a way that feels okay for you. So again, traditionally, legs extend, arms at your side with your palms up. Some people like to use pillows and stuff, and that's okay as well. The main thing, guys, I want you to feel like you're reasonably comfortable. It might not be perfect, but you can be at ease here. Because during Shavasana, the idea is we're letting go of effort in our body now. All this effort we've applied for the last hour, we're going to let it go. And then with the eyes closed, again, we're just doing that sense withdrawal. We're moving more inward. And as we're moving into Shavasana, this is that time when the doingness is done. Right? We're just practicing being nobody, going nowhere, just letting go for a while. Just let your breath be very natural and spontaneous. Just let the breath rise and fall. Everybody has their preferred focal point. I like to encourage using your breath, meaning that we bring all of our attention to that sensation of the breath as it comes in and out of your nose. And just letting it rise and letting it fall. And if you happen to notice your mind is elsewhere, that's okay, right? That's kind of how it happens. That's how it works. Just gently bring it back to your breath. And so for the next few moments, right, we're just simply breathing in, breathing out, and letting go. Good. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Otherwise, we'll begin now to reawaken. Now, with each breath, just feeling a little more awakened than before, more aware of your body, your surroundings, the space that you're in. Feeling more awakened and energized, and bringing with you this sense of ease and calm. We can take that with us through our day today. And with your next inhale, let's take a deep belly breath in through your nose, and then out with a sigh. And just kind of wiggle your fingers and toes, arms and legs, and feel the movement in your body once again. And then when you're ready, we'll take your time to come up and have a seat. A moment here of silence, of thanks, gratitude, or prayer. And I thank all of you who showed up this morning to join us for this practice, this early morning practice. And thank all of you who might be watching this in the future. So thank you for being here. May this practice benefit you abundantly. May it benefit all those around you. And may all beings be happy, healthy, and free. And we always end our practice with namaste. Thanks, guys. All right.